Hello and welcome to today's presentation, how to choose the right POS system for your restaurant. I want to give a quick shout out and thanks to Brandon Strategic for helping to promote this, and Ordermark and Charlie here you'll meet in a moment for collaborating on the content. Okay, today by watching this presentation, first of all, if you like it and enjoy, comment, like, share, right? But what you're going to learn today is how to assess your needs as a restaurant for POS system, the differences between legacy and cloud-based POS, and super important, why do third-party integrations matter? That's super important. Stay tuned for that. Okay.
And they matter.
They definitely matter. Please allow me to introduce you to Charlie Jeffers. Hi, Charlie. Welcome.
Well, thanks, Rev. I'm happy to be here with you today.
Awesome. Charlie is the former CEO and managing director with 20 years of experience in hospitality systems at all levels, online ordering, POS integration, third-party delivery, POS software development. He's my go-to guy when I have a question on this stuff. He's awesome. Charlie has a track record of leading companies and scaling rapidly. At Takeout Technologies, he was brought in as the director of sales, but quickly promoted to CEO due to success in growing that tech business. He participated in the exit there and stayed on an advisory role for 5 years when Takeout Technologies was purchased by Grubhub, a company we've all heard of, overseeing POS integrations and white label technology development. Charlie's passion is to provide outstanding products and service that fulfills customer needs and can bring you to new tech that you need today. And hi, you guys know me, I'm Rev Ciencio. I'm a hospitality marketing consultant. I help restaurants raise awareness, acquire, and retain customers through digital marketing, social media, and the use of incredible software, which is where Charlie and I meet. My personal magic wand is pizza, and I have more than 20 years experience in branding, digital marketing, and hospitality marketing. I've worked with literally hundreds of restaurants to help them attract and retain customers. I also used to own a bar in New York City, so I know exactly how hard it is to do this stuff. But today we're here to talk about choosing the right POS system. Charlie, can you help us?
Absolutely. So here we go. Big question is, how big are you? So are you 1 store, 10 stores, 25 stores, 100 stores or more? It's important when you're choosing POS to really know the size of your company. And then what are you trying to accomplish? So writing down, what do you need to manage? Because your POS becomes the management point in the middle. That management point in the middle allows you to attach your reports, change your menu items, schedule your employees, all kinds of stuff. And having the right system and the one that you can afford to manage your business is really important. It's not like picking a picture and putting it on the wall. This thing you're going to interact with every single day, and everybody in your business is going to interact with it. And if you pick it right, your customers are going to interact with it too. Then how do you handle that technology? Really important things to think about. Does your dealer that you bought it from do it? Did you buy it online? Do you have a consultant that handles your tech? Or do you have a CTO? Do you do everything in-house? So picking the right one, how simple and easy or complex, depending on your size, is really important. So going to the next screen, let's go, sorry.
A little trigger happy. We're super excited today.
I am super excited. So not only do we have to decide how big you are, we also have to decide, what kind of restaurant are you? Are you a casual dining restaurant? Are you a fine dining? You're fast casual? Are you pizza? Or are you quick serve? When you're casual dining, you have to be able to do almost everything because, you've got to have kitchen displays in the kitchen areas. You have to have loyalty systems, online ordering systems. You have to be able to deliver today because we all know what COVID's done to us. It's made us do things we never thought our restaurant should do, and we have to make it do so we can pay the landlord and our bills. Fine dining, different. Why is it so different? It's how you fire food. It's how you handle a customer. It's how many options you have to choose for items. Totally different than, casual dining may just come as it is. Right? Fast casual, you're not worrying about the diner so much. It's about speed and getting food out and keeping your employee count down. Pizza's the nightmare. Why is pizza a nightmare? Because there's so many options that everybody wants to make those options different. So you have to really have a system that can handle the complex options and combos and all the things you want to do to sell your pizza to make it enticing to buy from you and not the guy down the street. And then quick serve, little to do with the customer. Get the food out as fast as possible. How can I do that with my system with as few people as possible? and
Right.
that's
So
quick serve.
yeah, so you have to consider not only the type of service you want to provide, right, but also the complexity of your menu, and that's really what you're getting at here, correct?
Correct. Absolutely.
And I
Menus are
think
completely different, and each one of them can be a little bit different.
yeah, we get into the magic word known as modifiers, right?
Right. Go to a diner, and then you see menu hell. So let's go to the next one. Cloud-based systems. So what's the advantages of cloud-based systems? So we go through the ability to go in low cost. I have the ability to, hey, not a lot of startup cost. I'm going to pay for it over time. And how am I paying for it? Probably through your credit cards. So you've got to make sure that your percentages are correct, that you're not paying too much for it, and that system you bought for $200 is not going to cost you $20,000 that year in credit card receipts by your volume. So you've got to look at those things, but low startup costs, small footprint, easy to access the data, easy to change the menu items. Maybe not so many feature sets to it because they're fairly new in the marketplace today. And you've got to make sure that you get the most out of that particular system. What's great about it too is that a lot of the online ordering systems that you're buying that are cloud-based or POS-based systems is you're going to have the ability with kiosks, pay at the table, and some of the newfangled stuff that you want in the systems today. And online ordering may be part of that system as well. But it's real-time access, centrally managed. That's an ease of use. That is cloud-based. And that really fits into the smaller businesses, the fast casual, the pizza, and the quick serve. It doesn't necessarily have the big reporting functions that you may need, to run your bigger enterprise systems. But you're running on the internet. So there will be issues at times depending on your internet services. And you have to think about how you're going to run your systems and the infrastructure that you build your system on.
So they're affordable, they're fast, right? They're lean. And if you're offering service both in your dining room and to go or pick up, that's really where something like this comes into play, correct?
Correct. So you're like I said, fast casual, small business, managed from home. Pizza can be good, but you have to choose the right ones. Like a Toast, they grew up in the pizza world. They started in pizzerias. So they do have some, history with that and with the online ordering side of it.
What about scalability? Is cloud-based good for scalability? You're growing from 10, 25, 50, 100 locations?
Kind of the one problem with that is menus. Because you're changing menus real time, you have to really think ahead and say, hey, I'm going to go live with menus today, and you have to do all that work quickly. So if you're going to do 250 restaurants, you can't necessarily change those menus across the 250 really quickly when you want to make changes. So in essence, it's really better for the small business groups who want to manage from home. That's where it's going to really work well for you. The larger ones, the menu pieces are a little harder to handle when you're doing real-time changes.
Awesome.
So moving over to legacy. So legacy systems, great and casual and fine dining can handle large groups of restaurants. You can pre-schedule your menus to go live when you need to. You've got hold and fire. You've got a lot of different prep stations you can have in a large restaurant that's trying to do a lot of different delivery, takeout, contactless payment systems, your menu presentations. You just have so many more features, so many more third-party systems that you can work with. With your KDUs, you don't have to work with just what's in the legacy. There are systems like QSR out there that you can run with. You've got your payroll systems, your scheduling systems, your reporting systems, any bar systems you might want to use. They're going to work with legacy because they've been doing it a long time and people have written all these interfaces to them. So however you think you want your business to run, you can usually find an application to run with legacy. Problem with legacy, harder to program, right? It's not as easy to access centrally, depending on the type of POS. You can't necessarily get to all the features, but you're never going to go down unless your electricity's off. So benefits on the legacy side. Also, your upfront costs are going to be a lot more money with a legacy system. And you may want to opt to pay for it by credit cards, and then it's going to cost you a lot more money over the time period. But typically with legacy, you can choose what credit card processors you want to use. So it becomes, over the long run, probably cheaper to run. But the cloud-based are going to upgrade far more often than legacy, because they upgrade at the drop of a hat when you don't even know it. Legacy, you're going to have to get a download of the new system to yours and pay your maintenance costs. So that's kind of where the legacy rolls.
Do you see a world one day where we have cloud-based and legacy in the same, like you can have the same type of thing with cloud-based?
Yes. Cloud-based is slowly moving there. 5 years ago, it wasn't there. Now there are a lot more interfaces to it. It's easier to interface to cloud-based because there's only one point of contact instead of, hey, I've got 25 microsystems out there. Then I have to have 25 licenses loaded, and I have to hit 25 different stores with different orders or payroll scheduling or reporting systems. There's only one point of interface when you work the cloud-based for those 25 stores. Less chance of failure.
Awesome.
Yep. Cool. Payments and processing, really important. Today, we're going contactless, and the credit card should never leave the customer's hands. PCI and cybersecurity are a nightmare. And how do we know and to manage those pieces? Years ago, we used to have credit cards come out of the customer's hand. A swiper went into the restaurant hand that to the waiter. The waiter got paid $1 for every single swipe, and your credit card got accessed by everybody. Today, if it doesn't leave your hand, you know where the credit card is and where that data went, which is really good. And you're turning that customer faster, you're paying lower rates, and you're not paying with your credit card sales. So payments and processing, extremely important, and something you have to watch. It's a penny business, but everybody wants to have their hands in your pennies. So you have to watch that when you and you can interface very easily on the legacy side, as well as the cloud-based sides today.
Why would one person choose one over the other? Like why upfront or pay with credit card sales?
Paying with credit card sales means that you're going to pay a lot more money for your system. And that's if you're doing a lot of business, which is what you want to do, but you're going to pay by every single transaction. When you pay for it up front, you've got lower credit card rates, you're not going to pay as much. So a single restaurant could pay $20,000 for the POS system that year. Where if you bought your system as a legacy system, you paid $25,000 in total, right? And you're not paying for anything for your credit card sales for it. So in essence, you paid the $25,000 once instead of every year. And over 5 years, where you pay $100,000 through your credit cards, you're only paying $25,000 for your other system. And then any support issues and anything you need to pay for it outside of that.
And it goes back to where we started. You have to know who you are, right?
Correct. Who you are, what you're going to pay. Hey, if you have restaurants and you've been running for 25 years, buy your systems. You know what you're doing. If you're running your first restaurant, you're not sure of where you're going, go cloud-based initially. Go in low cost and see you don't dump too much money into your restaurant, because you can't recoup it if you dumped too much in and you go out of business in the first year, because the average restaurant goes out of business in 18 months.
All right, let's talk about integrations. This is a big one.
Integrations is big because not every system has what you need to run your business or what you find out you're going to need to run your business. And choosing a system that integrates to a lot of different products. You've got picture of Ordermark here. Hey, great. What we do is we take all the orders from all the different providers, push it through your point of sale, and print it out on your ticket so somebody doesn't have to have 7 tablets and take all those different orders in and manually put them in. And you're going to pay that person a full-time salary just to manage those orders. And then we're going to charge you for taking those orders. And the third parties are charging you for those orders. So how do you reduce it, make it more efficient, and report on it so you can balance better? That's just one integration. Then you've got your kiosks. Hey, I don't like the kiosk that comes with Toast. I want my own kiosk that I saw the other day that looked great. Well, more systems, more integrations that your POS system has, the more choices you have in running your business the way you want to. Third-party delivery logistics. So you want to be able to take that order and not give it to Grubhub, but give it to Relay in New York and have them deliver. They're a hell of a lot better. Well, great. We can do that with a system that interfaces to Relay. Your labor scheduling, super important. Notifying your waiter, hey, you got a new shift and that shift is 15 minutes away. Can you do it? And you do it by a text message. Hell of a lot easier than making 20 phone calls. The inventory system, great to run inventory if you've got 10 stores or more. It becomes not necessarily as cost effective to do it for less. But once you get into 10 stores, those points that you save, can mean paying for your rent in every single location. What inventory do I want to use? I want to use one that's simple. I can't use the one that's in the POS. It's far too complicated for me. What's your accountant use? Can he interface to my POS and grab that information out? Contactless ordering, can my online ordering service do it? Hey, I like how OneDine handles my contactless ordering and my payment. Different choices are great to have, and that's why integrations are important, because your POS is your hub. Everything goes through that single hub. Your reporting, everything. And you've got to have a point of sale system that can manage all that. And if it's not going to interface, that means manual labor. And manual labor is time and money.
Integrations are about efficiencies, right?
Correct.
Awesome. So
You're so much better than I am, Rev.
Listen, I do this all the time. That's why we go back to where we started. You have to know who you are and what your business model is, because if you're going to need a lot of integrations, you need a system that can interface really well, right?
That is correct.
Okay. So now that go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was going to say, so now that we've gone through all that, let's walk through a couple of suggestions for people who are wondering what they should look at. Ready?
Yep.
Oh.
So first we go to our cloud systems. Really great, small, medium. Upserve, Square, Toast, Touch Bistro. Touch Bistro is great customer service. Great out of Canada. They're good guys. They're really nice. They interface to a lot of different things. They're extremely efficient. Toast has more interfaces and a great marketplace than anyone that's out there. Good product, lots of interfaces, great in the small, medium business. They fired all their enterprise teams. Square, Square, set it up yourself, run it yourself, pretty quick to get going. There is a cost to the credit cards out there. Upserve, same way as Square, doing a pretty good job out there in the cloud world, and they'll take care of you. But when you go to enterprise, usually Brink's the best way to go. They can handle anybody from 50 stores and up and do a great job and centrally manage your businesses. Legacy, PosiTouch can do that diner in Mawa, right? They can do those horrible menus and any way you want to run with it, and they interface to everything. Focus, same way, interfaces to everything. They can handle from like PosiTouch does Cheesecake Factory, Focus does, Cold Stone, all large companies that are out there. And then more, you've always heard of Oracle and Micros. They're there, and they're always going to be there to take care of you. But realize when you're working with legacy, you're more dependent on your dealer. So making sure that your dealer is there for you and you're choosing one that's big in that area is really important, because it's after you go live that you're going to need them. Oops. So we go to pizza. Pizza's you think it's simple, it's only a few items, but there's so many ways to modify it. So many ways to pull combos in to make it work with other items in your store that you want to move, right? Hunger Rush, which was prevention, does a great job with it. And so does Speedline. Speedline's out of Canada, their legacy, and they do a great job. But they center around pizza. And their hardware centers around pizza, because there's one big problem in pizza. It's called flour, and it's everywhere. And it can destroy your systems. And these guys have built systems to be able to handle it, and they know it exists.
Awesome. So where we want to go from here is like, look, that's sort of the world in 15 minutes. If you have lots of questions about POS and ordering, which I often do, you should call Charlie. Charlie, talk about yourself and how people can get in touch with you.
Yeah. So, quickly, POS integration, POS, online ordering, delivery logistics, third party, that's my world. And how do you seamlessly make all this stuff work together? I've run different POS systems companies in New York, California. I know from chain business to single units. How do you want to run? What do you want to work? What works with each other? As Rev will tell you, when you get into finding out, hey, what do I want to work with this POS system? They change by POS system, what your choices are. I can help you with that. You can hit me on Twitter. You can hit me on LinkedIn, and you'll always get me, and I'll always be available to you.
Awesome. Yeah. Like I said, if you have a question on POS, go to Charlie. That's what I do. If you enjoyed this conversation and you want to get more information, network, training modules, you can download this presentation. Go to our Facebook group. It's hosted by me and John Shaw, Inspirational Mindset Coach. It's bit.ly/restmast. That's bit.ly/RESTMAST, short for Restaurant Mastery. It's a free Facebook group. We just keep it private so we can control the conversations, but I'll share this presentation in there if you want that. You just comment below. We'll make sure we'll direct you to that. And if you need help, I do marketing. I help restaurants acquire and retain customers. You can ask me any questions. Most people hit me up on Instagram, but I'm on LinkedIn and on Facebook. I'm happy to help. I'm happy to answer any questions. And again, if you like this, if you thought it was interesting, if you have a friend that would appreciate this, like, comment, share, comment below if you would like a copy of the presentation. We're happy to share all that stuff, guys. Thanks so much. And make sure we do this not me and Charlie, but me, do this every Thursday morning at 11 a.m. Eastern. Next week, I am super excited about this one. This is the 5 best times to email your customers. I'm going to be joined by somebody from Lunchbox and somebody from Bicky, and they are the customer engagement masters. And we're going to detail literally in 15 minutes the 5 best times to email your customers. So again, if you want to copy the presentation, comment below, join the Facebook group. We're here every Thursday morning at 11 a.m. Charlie, I want to thank you so much. It was super helpful. Everybody make it a great, tasty day.
Yeah, thanks, Rev. I really appreciate it, and I'm coming next week.
Me too, actually.